Welcome to
The Window of Imagination.
Today we are going to tell you the story that we have just created. But first, let's do introduction. My name is Lakeisha.
My name is Zahra Safira.
I'm Salsa. My name is Yesi salamah.
Let's begin.
Okay. Today we will discuss or get to know more about the story we have created. Okay, so in the story that we are making, there are 5 characters, right? Well, there are Arana, Clarissa, Fiona, Aiden, and the monster is Caterpillar. Does anyone want to tell you what the character of each actor are in the story?
I won.
So for Clarissa herself, she has a character who can be said to be very introvert. She is also a bookworm and doesn't have many friends. So she really liked the character Arana in the comics she reads.
So, for Anna herself, she is like the opposite of Clarissa. She has lots of friends. She is a superhero who is liked by many people. You could say that Arana has good life.
For Aiden, he is a friend and humorous nature. He is also wary of people, so he is easily suspicious. Fiona is the type of friend who is very loyal, but she also gets along easily with others like the friendly Aiden.
If we made our own monster, we will definitely make him evil.
Okay, now that we know the character of each actor, how about we reflect on the story we create?
That's okay. We also have several questions that we have made. The first question, what is the story about which we are discussing?
So, this story is about a woman who is reincarnated into another world and lived a different life.
Where does Clarissa move the body or reflect is happening?
In Clarissa room.
Why do we choose this genre for our story?
We took stories with the comedy and fantasy genres because we thought that this would entertain the readers. The story is also rare and it's a little difficult to combine the comedy and fantasy genres in one story.
Who are the characters in this story?
Okay, so in this story, there is Clarissa as the main character, Arana, the main character. After imagining it, Aiden and Fiona are Arana's friend and the final monster.
When do we make this story?
So we start making this story on October 31, 2023.
How did Clarissa get into Arana's body?
At the time, Clarissa was on her way home. She was reading a comic, and in the end, they was hit by a car and suddenly materialized into Arana's body.
Oh yeah, we don't just make story, we also pay attention to the past tense. For example, in the she was a true nerd section, the past tense section is in her was.
Then, in the part they went on various adventures, the past tense is the part when.
In the part where Clarissa realized that she was now inside the body of her favorite comic main character, there we can see that there are 2 past tense, namely the parts realized and was.
Next, I want you to tell the action from part to your friends who are watching. I was the first one day in a small town. A bright young girl named Clarissa lived her life immersed in her deep love for comics.
Next, there was Arana upon a call from Aiden, joined Fiona and him at the park, where they were joking around and completing school assignment.
Leslie, she also began to adapt to her new environment and learn new fighting techniques.
Okay, since you have read the action verb section, now I will read the synopsis of the story. In a small town, comic enthusiast Clarissa was enamored with the greatest stage woman series. After after a peculiar accident, she woke up as Arana, the comic's superwoman. With friends Aiden and Fiona, they faced a real threat, leading Arana to reveal her identity. Overwhelmed, Arana sought to erase memories but discovered it was all a dream. Clarissa's adventures as Arana blurred the lines between reality and fantasy, leaving her with a newfound appreciation for the power of imagination.
Next, the is daffa who will read the respect part.
The red space. The kids in the park were still logging about the watermelon costume. They said you look like a pop star being interviewed by the toilet. Hiran, Fiona, and I were at the park wanted to join us and finish some homework. Arana the came to the park in the afternoon. He won't survive. Without warning, a monster appeared in the park.
Okay, because we have already read the reflection question, now we will read comments or question from friends.
Where was this story inspired from? Our story was inspired by a webtoon, but we made it different because the original story hasn't ended yet.
How do you create each actor's character, and which one is your favorite? To create the character of each actor, we first discuss how many characters to create, then create each name and personality. We matched it with the name and storyline, and my favorite character is Clarissa because she was smart, a smart woman who can adapt to her new situation.
Okay, the favorite character for me is Arana because she is superhero.
For me, of course, it's Arana because she is a superhero and she helped each other.
For me, it's Alana because
Do the characters in the webtoon fit into your story? First of all, we need to understand the character in the webtoon. After that, we can adjust the character both in action and visualization representation. In the next we create, certainly visualization the character make it easier for us to turn them into a story.
Did you make your own ending or was it taken from the webtoon? We made up the ending ourselves because the original story didn't have an ending yet.
is this story completely made up of salsa or is the mix a mix of other stories? We we took these stories completely from the one who made the salsa because the author have been quite with age.
Did you make your own character visual or look for them on the internet? There are several characters that we look for on internet. That are also several characteristics that we look for on Gencraft.
Okay, so that's all the video from us. We really hope you guys to read our story. Thank you for listening. Bye bye. See you next time.